right. Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 3. Hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving break. I am one of your hosts today, Mike. To my left, we got Terrence. We got Simon in my top right. Middle of the screen, we got Drew. And top left, we got Chris. This is the final whistle. Starting on today's first topic, let's talk about Shadur Sanders.
And he's slowly turning into like the story's developing. Dude took over. He's doing the team plays better than it did with Dylan Gabriel. So
Yeah.
man, if him and Kevin Stefanski can work their stuff out, dude, that they might have something going.
No, man. I think you see like what you saw from him in college, which I mean, he was projected to be the number 2 quarterback for a reason. So like I think we're seeing that coming to fruition just a little bit. Uh it's gonna be interesting to see if they like legit let him take over the number 1 spot. Once Gabriel is healthy, it's gonna be interesting to see which direction they go. I'm real interested to see how Sunday goes because he's about to play Cam Ward. So like if he goes out there and outplays Cam Ward, it kind of validates everything we were saying about Shador. So I think he has a real opportunity. That's all he really wanted coming into the season. He has that shot now, so we're gonna see what he do with it.
I think if I'm
I
also
will
not
say
I think if I'm
Dylan
not
Gabriel is
I say
healthy.
this. I say this. Both Sanders, I feel like because people held him to a high standard, and it's like okay, so I feel like people really don't kind of give. I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like before, like just before Dylan Gabriel even like when he got the starting position and all that. It was like I feel like people really criticized Shador Sanders like a lot. They were just putting him to like a very very high standard, and it was like people said like, "Oh, he's like he's trash. He's like he's this, he's that."
You
But I
talking
just
about
feel like
like how he like slid in the draft and everything.
yeah. But I feel like even then though, it was more of like it was more of like a like, and I'm gonna put a pause on this, but like a big dick moment because, and I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. That's why I said pause. I'm gonna,
Whoa.
I'm gonna
Hey,
explain.
yo!
Yeah.
Hold on, hold on, hold
Yeah.
on. Because hear me
Oh,
out though. Hear me out though. Because
Good
like,
job.
hold on. Hear me out though. Hear me out. Because people like, all right. So doing his draft, like we said before, he was already projected to be first round pick. We seen it. His cockiness and everything shows. His confidence showed. People didn't want that. People didn't like that. So everybody wanted to be like, you know what? We're gonna make this dude into an example. You know, we not about to, just because he's good at football. You know, we about to make an example out of him. Pushed him back to second. He didn't get in the second round. Pushed him to third. All right, cool. The Browns picked him up, and it's like people was like, all right, cool. It was like, and people thought like, oh, why do they have him like, why do they have him fourth string? And it kind of just make all this kind of like, kind of makes the kind of just basically like the whole main idea is I feel like Shador Sanders is really gonna like prove a whole lot of people wrong.
Man, yeah, to
oh yeah.
piggyback off of that, I think a lot of teams that are struggling at that position have passed on him, like the Raiders, the Saints, even like a team like the Steelers. Like when you
I
look
still
at
can't
how
believe the
he's
Raiders
playing,
passed.
like he's not the next Tom Brady or anything, but he's clearly better than what they have right now. And it's like why it further validates why people were questioning what was going on when he was slotted in the draft because it didn't make sense at all.
I think Shador Sanders type of player that like he's going to be a great leader. He's going to be able to rally a team. The team's always going to believe in him. But I see it also being a thing where he has to have like a specific team around him to be able to go to like a
Yeah.
Super Bowl and win. He's not like a Patrick Mahomes where you can pretty much put anybody, any team around him, and he's
But
a
my
they
fear,
can
I
go to a Super
mean,
Bowl.
we kind of
but my,
mentioned that. You see how Pat Mahomes is doing right now.
I'm about to say Pat Mahomes
Yeah,
did come into a great situation. Like he
yeah,
had
this is
Andy
where
Reid, he had a Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. Like the Chiefs were a good team before Pat Mahomes. Honestly, I wish Shador was on another team because Cleveland is just a terrible franchise, but he has his shot. So we're gonna see what
I'm not
happens.
gonna say they're a terrible franchise.
Shit.
They're just a terrible quarterback team. Like they
The
produce.
Browns?
Yeah.
That is the probably like one of the worst franchises that's run, along with the Jets.
They just
But
don't know how to develop a quarterback.
that's the thing,
Like,
yeah. They just don't know how to develop a quarterback. Cause they can develop a hella good running back. They can develop good receivers. They got good DBs from there, but the only thing is head coaches, and their quarterbacks is what lacks there.
No,
Like
it's the whole organization, brother. You realize that the Browns have started like 40 quarterbacks and like since they've been a team, and in that
none of
same
those
time you
starting
got
quarterbacks.
teams that have had maybe five. Like, no, it's just from the top down. They don't know what they're doing.
I say this though, the problem with the Browns themselves, they just need to fire. First, they need to fire their owner and their head coach. That's the first two things they need to do.
You said a owner and a head coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds
That's
like a bad franchise.
yeah.
I
That's a
mean,
whole. That's a complete rebuild.
but I mean, well, because I could also say the same thing. Cause like if you say that, then well, I guess.
I still can't believe Miles Garrett signed an extension with them. That dude.
Hey man, that money talk, man.
You talk to her.
I will also say 42 different quarterbacks have started for the Browns since the year 2000.
That's what I'm
The most for
saying.
any
Like
team, I believe.
by far.
But going back to Shador Sanders, he's very calm in the pocket. Like,
That's
I
he
don't
surprisingly
feel
has
like
been.
No, he's good. No, he's calm in the pocket. Don't get me wrong. I feel like this. The Browns. I'm not even gonna say that though, because that's gonna be pushing it. Because I was gonna say the Browns is probably like when it comes to like rebuilding. I'm not saying as the team itself. I'm talking about rebuilding. This is probably like one of their best so far. It's point of rebuilding, I'm only
I see what you're saying because you got like Quinshawn Judkins and like a quarterback, but they're still like a bad team. So like I think the
Miles
jury's
Garrett.
still out on that.
I mean, like I said, and here's why I said they need to fire their head coach and they own. Well, I'm not gonna say the owner though, because I feel
You
like
said fire the owner?
Can't really fire
You
the
can't
owner. He
fire
gotta
somebody that
sell the
owns a
team.
team.
He's got to sell it.
He gotta sell that
well,
motherfucker.
I mean,
He
you don't want
running.
to
He called the shots.
fire, sell it.
You took business major, right, Chris?
Well,
Minor.
no. Well,
It's a minor.
Chris has a point.
Ew.
Jimmy Halsum and his wife are majority owners of the team, but if all the other owners came together and like caused enough ruckus, they could get fucking fired.
It just depends on who has majority share.
They
It
have
seems
the
like
majority
it's
share.
kind of
They
like
ain't
I
going
people
nowhere.
appreciate
they're
you
the
do
chairman, like
Cause they try
of the group.
But I will say this
No,
though.
You know?
But I will say they definitely need to sell. They definitely need to sell the team.
I think
I just
just
wish Shador went to the Raiders.
You know
I
what?
think if
You
he
know
would have
what?
went to the Raiders, it would have been the perfect
I got the
situation.
perfect head coaching. I got the perfect coach for that for the Browns. Hear me out. Hear
you
me
go
out.
say Lane Kiffin.
Hell no, Mike McCarthy.
Bill Belichick.
Oh no, Mike McCarthy would be a good coach to get them back on track and headed in a good direction, but he wouldn't be a good coach for going to a Super Bowl. I don't think Mike McCarthy
Yeah,
can
first
do
of
it.
all,
I
if he's
mean,
going to the
McCarthy
Browns,
has a Super
he's
Bowl
going
under
to
his
the
name.
But I don't think he can do it again. That's
you know,
that was a long time ago.
the
but
crazy
Michael.
thing is the coach of the Browns was literally coach of the year 2 years ago.
Yeah,
That's
like he's
whenever.
an instant
Fell off.
head
That's
coach
when Baker
anyway.
had it, like his first. I think whenever he won Coach of the Year, that's when Baker had that career year. Then the following
No,
year,
it was when Joe Flacco came
Yeah,
in.
yeah. When Flacco came in, balled out, everybody's like, "This dude can still play."
Because it was D'Amico Ryan's first year, and he ended up like D'Amico Ryan's rookie year as a coach. The coach from the Browns ended up winning Rookie of the Year over him.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. The Browns were like dominating that year too. Like it was.
oh, he's a two-time Coach of the Year. So that 2020 year when Baker had that career year, and then that season, yeah, with Joe Flacco.
Mhm.
Both right.
Bro's a good coach. Like Browns get rid of him, he'll get a job instantly
That's what
anywhere.
I'm saying. It's not really even the coach. It's like the players. Like Yeah, I mean, receiver is all right. You got Jerry Judy, but Jerry Judy never really panned out in the NFL like he was in college. You just got a running back. I mean, you had Nick Chubb, but like the pieces have never all been there. And the main position that they've always struggled in is quarterback. So like Mike just said it, 42 quarterbacks in the last 25 years. Like make that make sense. That's
And
that's a bad
honestly,
franchise.
it would have just ended if they would have just never gave up on Baker. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Like, it
No,
looked like Baker,
no.
like after he got released by the Browns, went to the Panthers.
I'm be
It was another team that he.
listen,
It kind of looked like Baker was like done for whenever he got released from the Browns. And then he had that one
if
game.
Baker would have
So you go keep interrupting me.
I don't think he really had receivers that whole time though. Like
He
when I
had
think of the
Amari
Browns, I
Cooper.
don't think of receivers like that. But when Amari Cooper was with the Browns, that was like after the Cowboys. He was already kind of
But
proven to be.
I mean,
washed.
Baker had Odell and Jarvis though.
yeah.
Old
And
Odell.
it's one of them things where the last and like one of the few times they've made the playoffs in recent history was with Baker. So
Yeah,
I mean, say what you want, they had their most recent and like biggest success when he was at their quarterback.
he's breaking records like crazy.
Yeah. And now look at him. You know, like it's one of them things where I think when you talk about Baker's situation, though, it's not just the Browns. It's more so a problem across the league with such an instant thing. Like they want to see quarterbacks hit the ground running. I think Mahomes kind of fucked it up for everybody because he came in and just balled out like his
But
first year
he
starting.
sat his like rookie season though. He sat his rookie
Yeah,
season.
not just that, but he had a great system. Like that's the part that people miss. Like when you have a Hall of Fame tight end and a Hall of Fame receiver at Tyreek Hill already there, and a Hall of Fame coach, like he walked into a team that was in the playoffs like the year before with Alex Smith. He just kind of
Yeah,
put them over the top. Most quarterbacks don't go into a situation like that. So like trying to put that pressure and have that expectation on them is kind of crazy because most quarterbacks don't get to come in and just ball out like that. And so I think they should have been a little bit more patient with Baker. And we see like he's legit an NFL quarterback and a star at the position. Like if they would have been more patient, but that's just how the game goes now. You saw it with Sam Darnold too.
I mean it's a big transition from college to NFL at quarterback. Like even just from starting a snap, from being in shotgun to going down in center. Like college, you don't see shotgun much. But I also think one problem is I don't know if I feel like coaches or GMs don't necessarily draft players that are always right for their system, and more so with quarterback. Like I think they'll have a system in place, but and they'll get a quarterback that they just see a bunch of talent and expecting that quarterback to be able to mesh and conform and change a lot to get to their system. And it's like I really don't think that's a good deal either. Because like with Mahomes and the Chiefs, Mahomes is a gunslinger.
Yeah.
Went to the perfect system to be a gunslinger.
You also
Look at
like
that,
talk about
like,
it's like also the same thing with like Josh Allen too, because you saw like Josh Allen like small college, like he was just like a typical prototype quarterback that was literally the project quarterback, and teams saw like how well he improved year after year. So like everybody's trying to find their next Josh Allen, that 6'4", 235 QB that can run like a 4.6, that can beat you with his arm, beat you with his legs. That's what everybody wants to see like on day one. But we'll say like if teams really want a quarterback, we should take a look at how the Packers develop their quarterbacks. Because think about it, you go from Brett Favre, then you got Aaron Rodgers, and now you have Jordan Love. That's 3 quarterbacks in 3 decades. Like probably more than 3 decades actually.
Not
You don't
just
skip a
quarterback.
beat either.
The Packers, like when you look at their starters, they have the most homegrown starters on their team. Like it's like some crazy shit of like 70% of their starters is always somebody that they drafted. They're not really big in free agency. They know how to develop their players and stuff. And then to kind of piggyback on what Simon was saying about like the systems, it's not just that the microwave, we want quarterbacks to be like great, but coaches really only have about 2 to 3 years and they could get fired from the team really quick. So when they get paired with a rookie, they need it now type of shit. Because I mean, for what it is, young quarterbacks get coaches fired. That's just the reality of the shit in the NFL now.
I'd be stressed the fuck out
No, you do because I'll say this though, and also what T said, because like he said, like each year is again it's a make or break with that head coach. It's like, hey, this draft right here is going to determine if I have my job or not.
That's
Because
it.
and
This
so
game is going to determine. This play is going to determine.
Bro,
This
that's where it's
kid,
at in the NFL right now. We're at that good part of the season.
if they choose to develop or not, like if they choose to like be coachable or not, like that's your job on the line, basically. I mean,
but
'cause
no, like,
coaches they'll do bad some places and do great other places. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
I say
Just like players.
Sometimes a
this,
change of
so
scenery is all that's needed.
so off topic though, off topic. Do you think the head coach from New York? Do you think the Giants' former head coach? Do you think he could at least stay, or do
Dayball should
you?
have been gone a long time ago, if I'm being honest with
Yeah,
you.
For
yeah.
real?
Hey, did you see that Jameis Winston play? Speak of the damn Giants, just
Eh,
dude,
That
that was
man
crazy.
stiff on man. He had
I
to
really feel
catch
like
a
That was
hear me
fade.
out.
crazy.
Hey, hold on,
Literally.
hear me out. 'Cause I know this is off topic, but I really feel like he could have actually had a damn good season if he only would have started Jackson Dart instead of Russell Wilson, especially
Not
after.
just that. If he would have kept Cam Scatterbo too, like that team would have been like it would
Malik
have been a tough
Neighbors.
win.
But I still feel
And
like, regardless of
neighbors
whether they had all those
last year.
players, I still think that the coaching, play calling would have lost them a few big games, and it would have been very evident
Yeah, that's
that
true.
the
I see
play
what you're
calling
saying there.
lost the game.
Yeah, Dayball needed to go like a long time ago. Like especially when he chose to like keep Daniel Jones and like sign him to that big contract. I mean,
That
fast
wasn't
forward
his
now.
decision though. That was the
Yeah,
GM's decision though. The GM is the one that really needs to go in New York because he's the one that decided to pay Daniel Jones and he's also the one that decided to let Saquon walk.
yeah. I will say, like, I think it would be worth maybe retooling the coaching staff. I don't know, maybe I don't know about firing the head coach just yet, though. Like, I think it's worth giving him another year with a healthy roster, but definitely
Yeah.
probably retooling the coaching staff. They already fired their DC, I believe. So they're already kind of working on fixing some of the coaching problems they have.
Yeah, I would have loved to see Brian Gable like next year with a healthy Malik, because you never even saw Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors together with
Mhm.
Scatterbo. So like you don't know what they could have been full strength. He never had his full stable of horses. So I feel like he at least earned that. I could
The
see why
defense
they
has some
probably got
players.
rid of him. Like I'm not mad like him if at them getting rid of him, but I would have like I think it would have been cool to see him get a fair shot with that too. But like
Hmm.
going back to what we were saying, like that's not how the league operates now. And so I think they saw with the young talent that they have, they rather like get somebody else in there and see what can happen. And I don't know. I didn't think he should have been fired, but I could see why they would have been like pulled that trigger.
I'm
Uh,
very
if
interested to see that.
I think if the
Like,
Giants were healthy, like you still have Malik Neighbors and Cam Scatteroo, I think you'd have a three-way race for the NFC East right now.
I'll say
dude,
this:
Like I think that's how good the Giants would have been this year.
the Giants
they would.
their record right now would have been like their record right now would have been flipped if everything if they would have kept it. I really feel like the Giants' best year was this year, and I'm gonna be honest about that.
That's just the hype train making it feel like a better year. Like
Until
the future's
Scatterbo
bright for the
broke his
Giants.
leg. Until Scatterbo broke that leg.
Yeah. Speaking of broke legs, bro, Daniel Jones playing on a broke leg.
But he broke
They
his
start calling
own.
him Lieutenant Dan, bro, out there playing on
Hey
one
man, hey,
leg.
we ain't talking about the Colts right now. 'Cause every time I think about the Colts, I'm talking about them right now.
I mean, since we're talking
Why
about,
you worried y'all gonna make playoffs?
Nobody said
I was gonna,
anything about the Colts.
No, we're not
bro.
talking about them right now.
I mean,
And again,
since we trying to get back on topic, and since it was already mentioned about the races for division winners. I mean, let's go ahead and talk about who wins each other's division and who wins the AFC and NFC in general.
I'm gonna be real.
Which one we
Cowboys.
starting with?
I'm gonna be real, bro.
Let's go ahead and go
As
with
much as I want to say this,
going with
as much
AFC
as I-
East.
AFC East.
AFC
It's
East.
gotta be the Patriots for the East,
Patriots, for
Yeah,
sure.
Patriots, of
that's
course.
the easiest division
bro.
to.
They were only bad for 5 years, bro, and they're back.
Oh
Drake
yeah.
made it. He the fucking truth.
AFC East gonna be Patriots.
Man, I saw a thing where like Tom Brady had like said that he got like his DNA cloned or something like 23 years ago, and Drake May's 23. This ain't like Drake May's like a clone of Tom Brady. Like
Hell
that'd be
no,
insane.
because Tom Brady could never run like that.
I was gonna say, yeah.
All right, going on to the AFC North. I mean, there's only a tie between the Steelers and Ravens.
I think Steelers.
They play this week, so like that's gonna be a big game and then don't sleep on Buddha and Burrow down there.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, Bengals 4-8 too.
Shot still.
But
Yeah,
if I had to choose, I'll trust Action Jackson over old ass Rodgers.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know what team I trust though. I don't trust either team.
I mean, being
I'll play the
real,
Ravens just because they're younger.
I would go to Ravens.
I'm going Ravens as well.
I say Steelers.
What about you, Drew?
Rodgers being so old.
But regardless, in my opinion, that whatever playoff team comes out of that division, that's a first round exit. Going into the AFC South, we got the Jags and Colts at 8-4, and then the Texans sitting at 7-5, one game away from them.
I say Texans, man. I say Texans.
What? I was prepared to argue against them, but I mean, damn, I'm a little bit.
The fact that they may not make playoffs.
I'm a little bit biased. I would say Jacksonville has the easiest road to win the division just because they have the easiest schedule. They fucking play the Titans twice. The Colts have the hardest schedule. And then we have a big game coming up. If we lose to KC, I think our chances drop, and I think Jacksonville gets the division. If we beat KC Sunday, I think all bets are off, and I think we could end up winning the division.
All right.
Texans winning, but if they lose one game, I think they got to win out.
Yeah.
We lost that.
We got three on games. Last 5 games are at home too, so that's a big deal.
Chris. When we did our first show, Chris, you said the Colts was going to the Super Bowl, and now you're not even having them winning the division.
I say this. Hey, I'll tell you this because and I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying I don't believe in the Colts, but I have very high doubts right now. And for the simple,
that's not believing.
but it's doubtful. It's
the
doubtful.
definition.
I can still believe them,
You
but
had
it's still
high hope,
doubtful.
and now you have low doubt.
No. I still have, I still believe in them, but this is the fear though, and this is going to push like in the upcoming even on the last game plus the postseason. It's like okay, we literally played 3 big teams, 3 teams that could determine how we do in the playoffs. We played the Chargers, we played the Chiefs, and we played the Texans. We lost by literally either a touchdown out of all of those 3.
Chris, you realize if y'all lose 2 more games this year, y'all may not make playoffs. Like if Kansas City wins out, they got the head-to-head tiebreaker with y'all.
Mind you, this week we literally go against the Jaguars.
Man, fuck all that. Chris, we tried to tell you this 3 weeks ago, and you didn't want to hear that shit. We told you y'all hadn't played anybody, and that y'all were. I specifically said y'all reminded me of the Steelers when they went 11-1 and crumbled at the end of the season. And what the fuck are y'all doing right now?
Crashing and burning. I'm sorry, Chris, but we moving on. We moving on.
Understand what we said 2 weeks ago?
We moving on. We not moving out. We not hearing you out. We moving on.
You can't want to talk.
No. No.
No, you had your chance to talk about it, and we told you this shit was gonna happen. I don't want to hear that shit.
You already betrayed your team and saying y'all when you talk about your team.
Hey,
I want to hear that shit.
I'm about to die for my Coach.
You already hopped to the other side of the fence, bro.
No, you already installed their ass down the river. You said they not even winning the division.
All right, lock in.
Oh, but I got my beliefs and my doubts. What the fuck does that mean? You ain't got no belief in their ass.
He said he had high hopes, and now he has high doubts. Which
All right, moving on. AFC West. We got Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs. Broncos 10-2, Chargers 8-4, Chiefs 6-6.
Denver winning that shit.
Yeah,
Denver winning that.
Denver.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I
the
see
way it's
Denver
looking, it
winning
might
it.
be Broncos,
Hey, but
Patriots
Washington
for
got
AFC
damn close to winning
Championship.
that game.
Yeah, Bo Nix in year 2 with Sean Payton. Yeah, I would. If you would ask me that, I would tell you were insane. All right, moving into the
I'm
NFC.
not. Oh, my bad. My bad. Go
I
ahead,
mean, if you
Mike.
got something to say before we move into the NFC
Oh
division,
no, all I was gonna say is I'm not surprised by Denver. I am surprised by KC, if that makes sense. Like I thought Denver would be in a thick and it would come down to those two, but I didn't think Denver would have that like just run away with the division. I thought it would have came down to the end between them and KC. That was the only surprise by it, but I think Denver is a good team.
yeah, I honestly thought that was gonna be the hardest division to go through, just because you saw like the flashes with Bo Nix last year.
Yeah.
Then you also had like a known franchise QB in Justin Herbert, and then you had Mahomes. Even though that's still like the toughest division in the AFC, if you really think about it.
I think statistically that no, it'll be between them and us, but
Yeah, it's
I
the
get what
West
you're
and
saying
South.
though.
That's the
Oh
two
yeah,
toughest divisions. But
Like
going
the person who goes to the Super Bowl will probably come out of one of those divisions.
facts.
moving on to the NFC, we got the NFC East: Eagles at 8-4, Cowboys 6-5-1, Commanders 3. Yeah, they're out. So it's either between Cowboys Eagles.
Hear me out though. Cowboys looking kind of good right now. Oh,
I'm
hear
with
me,
you, Chris.
hear me
As
out.
much as I don't want to admit it, if they beat Detroit tomorrow, they have like a clear road to winning that division, bro. And then some, because who the fuck want to see them in the playoffs right now?
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
right now, Cowboys
If they can
actually
win
got
out
Cowboys
this,
perfect.
win out and beat the Lions on the road, and then also beat the Chargers, because I'm expecting Justin Herbert to be back with the Chargers, and they should get their running back off of IR Hampton by the
Yeah.
time they play the Cowboys. So Cowboys get past Lions and Chargers. Oh yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Like this is the best team they've had in a while.
Even though like the Cowboys are
Coaching
like
and the
being,
players.
even though like the Cowboys are being scored on a lot, there's still that offense is just like unstoppable. Granted, like you can't stop nobody, but if you also can't be stopped. I mean, it just comes down to
Hey,
whoever
hey,
gets bought last.
hold up, back up. You say can't stop anybody. Take away the Chiefs game. Look at what they've been doing since they got Quentin Williams.
Yeah, I'm not even
It's
gonna
not
lie. That
even
game
just
actually
You
surprised
expect
me.
somebody to stop Mahomes from putting up 20 plus points, 30
it's
points?
not even
Like,
just Quentin Williams. The biggest addition is getting Overshawn back. That
yes,
man is
bro.
everywhere on the field, bro.
And they got their two safeties back too. Like they got healthy on the defense all of a sudden and made a couple of moves. Bro, I didn't realize the linebacker they traded for, they've had him calling plays ever
Yeah.
since he came to the Cowboys. That's big. Like you just traded for this person and he's calling your plays on the field already. Like he's got the green dot.
Was it
That was a
was it
big
Holcomb or
surprise to me.
what linebacker did y'all get?
Logan Wilson from the
Oh
Bengals.
yeah, Logan.
He's actually been
He's
good too.
he was solid on the Bengals too. I think he was the Bengals' best linebacker, but Bengals are gonna Bengal.
Hey man, Jerry Jones might have been cooking this season. That's all I'm gonna say. He might have been on the soap.
All I'm
I
saying
don't
is
want to admit that
the
yet.
Cowboys know to
He's
at
been
least
cooking.
trade away star
I know.
players and not have to go into a rebuild.
Even with Post Malone at the halftime show, like he's cooking up like things off the field. He's cooking things on the field. Like, dude, he's gonna
And
go
I
out
hate
with the
to-
fucking bang, dude. Like,
I hate
he's
to
about to
witness.
pass away. He's 99
Nah,
years old.
this is
and
my
he's
prediction.
cooking the field.
Cowboys win the NFC East by at least one game.
Shoulda
Like
kept Parsons.
I see the Eagles losing 2-3 games. If they lose 2 games, they'd have the same record and be tied. If they
I mean,
lose 3
technically,
games,
y'all win
the
if they
Cowboys
lose.
would be up by 1 game,
If
1.5 games technically.
if Dallas wins out and the Eagles lose
2
two,
games.
y'all
Except
are
they lose 2.
y'all are up again.
We'd be tied. By,
y'all-
but we'd be up a half a
Y'all
game.
are up a half a game because y'all tied with the Packers.
No,
The NFC also hasn't had a repeat champion since 2004, so
Yeah.
it's kind of their MO to have somebody else win it when the Eagles won it last year.
And the
All right.
Eagles,
Cowboys
they've
have a
been on a
starting
downward
record,
trajectory.
We have a solid team.
All right, next up we got anything else?
No, you go.
All right, next up NFC North: Bears at 9-3, Packers 8-3-1, Lions 7-5.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm stuck between the Bears or. And you said what was the lines?
Lions are 7-5.
7-5.
I got
What's
Bears.
the Bears and the lines?
It's gonna be between Packers and Bears, but the way the Bears have been playing, I have to go Bears. I never thought I'd see the day, but I'm going Bears for the NFC North.
Packers are gonna go on a run, but
I
they're
got
gonna be able to do enough to win the division.
And the only reason, if you watch like Chicago's games, it's like all of them are close. That shit catches up with you at a certain point. And it's like I give them credit for being clutch and winning those games, but they can very easily fall off a little bit too at the end.
No, they could. I don't think they do this year. First round out.
All right, next up we got.
They might get a first round bye. They keep
That's
winning.
true.
I mean, you still have to worry about the NFC West, but next we got the NFC South next, and it's really and truly between the Bucks and Panthers. Bucks are at 7-5,
You
Panthers
including
at
the
7-6.
Bucks. Baker.
I ain't gonna lie. Would y'all hate me if I say the Panthers?
Yeah.
Not really.
Not really,
Dude, honestly,
no.
depending on what the schedules look like, I would go Panthers just because of Mayfield with that AC joint injury and with all the injuries the Bucks have. I'm kind of tempted to go Panthers.
Go ahead. Let's go ahead and go Panthers schedule real quick. Panthers have this Sunday. They got Saints. Then they got Bucks, Seahawks, and Bucks again to end the season. Then the Bucks have. No, apparently Panthers on by my fault.
Okay.
But Bucks have Saints this Sunday. Then after that, Bucks have Falcons. Then Bucks Panthers. Next is Bucks Dolphins, and again Bucks Panthers to end the season. I really think it may come down to that final game of the season between the Bucks and Panthers.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that happening, but I think Bucks win it.
Mike, I just
Without
want to
that
say
game.
your chair looks amazing, dude, and super expensive. But
I forgot how
your
much I
chair
pay.
looks
I forgot how much I pay for this, but I didn't pay that much for it.
But as an aside, I just want to give Bryce Young some love because I mean he took a lot of shit that first year, and you're starting to see why he got picked first overall. Like he's starting to come into his own. He got a few weapons, and they got some big wins. They beat all the a lot of the big dogs. And
Didn't they beat the Eagles?
So,
Yep.
yeah, and they just beat the Rams. So like they not no bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he that dog.
Nah, I ain't
He's a
say
pup
all
right
that.
now. He's a pup. He's a pup right now.
But he getting that little barks. He getting that little bark right now.
He's starting to get his rhythm though.
I think once Ted McMillan, that receiver that they drafted, that took this past draft, I say once he gets that this year over, coming in the next year, if he all puts it all together, I see Bryce Young having like his best career, his best season.
They also beat the Packers. So if you were to take like all of the teams that you would think are gonna be at the end for the NFC, they've beaten those teams. They beat the Cowboys too. Like every team that's like in the NFC that we think might make it to the Super Bowl, they've been on the field with them and dealt with them. So like, don't sleep on them. But if I'm a betting man, just off the schedule, I think that the Bucks get that division.
They beat the Cowboys before the defense trade and the injury.
Hey man, it was the Cowboys.
That is one thing I will
Injury
say. They beat them before the Cowboys got linebacker. Like when the Cowboys defense was still trash, and everybody's like, "Can this defense at least be average or close to average?"
That's fair. But what about the Packers and the Rams?
I want to see
No, you make good points.
Those were close games when we didn't have the defense that we have. Like,
no, he's talking about the Panthers.
Solid core. It was solid core.
He's talking about who the Panthers beat, though. Like, yeah, no, those are good points. Those are good teams they beat.
I mean, we go see in the coming weeks.
It'd be interesting.
We got
tie next time.
We got wild. We got last but not least the NFC West, and oh my, We got the Rams at 9-3, Seahawks at 9-3, 49ers at 9-4. That division is wide open.
Oh yeah.
What's the remaining schedule, Mike?
So for the Rams are going against Cardinals. Then they got the Lions, then the Seahawks, and the Falcons, and they end the season with Cardinals. Seahawks, they got Falcons, Colts, Rams, Panthers, Niners. The 49ers got Titans, Colts, Bears, and Seahawks.
I'm going Rams. I'm going Rams. That was my Super Bowl
Rams
prediction.
might
I'm
get
sticking
that.
with them.
Rams might get that.
49ers.
It's kind of tough because
49ers got a chance, though.
49ers have the tougher schedule out of the three.
Don't they play the Titans?
Yeah, they had like.
Aside from the Titans, I mean, you have the Titans. That's your last easy game. You got the Colts, Bears, and Seahawks. That's your last three.
It sounds like all three of those teams play each other, though. So, like, they're gonna like beat up on each other a little bit.
This division's like these next few games are gonna be really interesting because these next like 2-3 weeks are gonna decide that division.
Yeah.
And the Rams already played the Colts, so it's really up to the Seahawks and 49ers that haven't played the Colts.
Rams beat the Colts. Chris.
Yeah. Adonai Mitchell didn't know how to run into the end zone.
Now that man balling on the Jets.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
As a Adonai Mitchell, man, I'm happy for him. But
It don't sound like it.
Yeah, nah.
nigga ain't want to ball out when he was with us. Nigga, he go to the Jets.
So you saying us now?
Nigga, all of a sudden he a Jerry Judy type of ass nigga.
Hard being for me to accuse you of sounding salty, but you sound a little salty over there, Chris.
No, salty, yeah.
Sound like the type of hater I am.
I am salty.
Sound like a hater.
Look, the nigga cost us, nigga. We could have been.
Chris, I'm just surprised how quick you switched on the Colts.
I did switch on the Colts. I'm just
Bro,
being.
I expect you to go at least one more week.
That's how I feel about Micah Parsons.
Nigga,
That's how I feel about Luke.
When I lost money to them niggas because they lost by 4 points, that's when I started really having my doubts, nigga. That kind of opened my eyes, nigga.
But if y'all win Sunday, y'all are like in the driver's seat to win the division. So I don't get why you jumped off the bandwagon so quick.
No, I'm still on the bandwagon, but
It didn't sound like it.
I'll
You
never.
literally said you picked the Texans to win the division.
But you didn't give me no chance to explain. I had my reasons.
Because you was taking us through like 7 backstories just to get to the point.
Just say you're on the other side of the fence.
Good. Sometimes you got to talk about these fillers to get to the point.
Man, I don't need 30 fillers for one scene. For 2 lines.
But
Long ass intro.
Man, since you want to give a backstory, you the one that been wanting to talk about Lane Kiffin and if his decision was smart to leave Ole Miss. So why don't you kick us off, Chris?
I'll say this though.
Backstory?
Lane Kiffin's decision to go to LSU was probably one of the. I'll say the best. I'll say that was his best because one, you gotta think about it. This dude, like Lane Kiffin's resume, even with the SEC, is phenomenal. Like even with Ole Miss is phenomenal. Like within the past like 2 years, 'cause I know he started coaching at Ole Miss back in like what 2021, 2020, 2021, I think.
Like the past 3 years?
I think.
Yeah.
Or 4 years.
That was like 3, 4.
And within those past 3 years, his record with Ole Miss was literally, I think at the worst, his worst record was literally probably like what? I want to say like what 10? Hold on, I think his worst record was like 9 or something.
I'm pulling it up right now.
I'm trying to think. What year was his worst record, if I'm not mistaken, within the past 3 years? I want to say 2022.
So he
23?
started. Oh, he's been at Ole Miss for a minute. So he started at Ole Miss in 2020, and his worst record at Ole Miss was 10-5.
Yeah, that was like 10-5. That was like his worst, quote unquote, worst record. And so, and mind you, he won 9 bowl games. He been invited to like over like 14 bowl games. He won 9 of them, like 14 or 20 bowl games. Won 9 of them, lost only 4. Mind you, this is Ole Miss. This is before Ole Miss was even thought about being a playoff team. This is before Ole Miss was even considered one of the best in the SEC. And he did this shit.
He was invited to 12, won 9, and lost 4.
No, he won 10 bowl games. Like throughout his whole coaching year, he won 10 bowl games, but only lost 4 of them.
So he's
14?
what, 6-4?
Yeah. And so if he's doing all of this with a team that wasn't even thought of being a playoff team, a national championship team, imagine what the fuck he gonna do when he get to LSU. Have the power to get the better recruitments. Have the power to even with being with people with a team that is considered a national championship contender.
Yeah, you make a strong point too, because like at Ole Miss, you gotta see he was relying on the portal to build those Ole Miss teams.
Yeah.
Now going to LSU, like you got LSU is one of the best recruiting schools, so now you can like literally go get any recruit that you want, and then just hit the portal to fill in positional needs, like at the end.
I'll say this though. So I agree with everything Chris said, but I'll go in like a little bit of a different direction. I think Lane Kiffin made the best decision, but I do not like how he did it. Like, my issue isn't with the decision of going to LSU for every reason that Chris and Mike just said. First of all, motherfucker, you getting a bag. Go get your money. You know what I'm saying? But you went to Ole Miss and you built this whole thing, and then you just abandon these kids for your own personal gain. And if you know anything about Lane Kiffin, this is like his MO. Like he's done it more than 2 times.
Yeah.
Bro, so
I think he did it with like Bama.
Coach of no, this goes back to the NFL. He was the head
with the
coach
Raiders.
of the Raiders.
Yeah, he did it with the Raiders.
Then he went to college, went to Tennessee, left Tennessee. Then he went to tried to go to USC, went to Southern Cal, said, fuck y'all, I'm gonna go to Ole Miss. Like, he was even at Alabama, and Nick Saban fired his ass because he over there campaigning and trying to recruit people for his next job. Like, this is just who he is. And so for me, like, he made the right decision, but I don't know if I would want to play for a guy like that because you can't trust him. Like, he seemed like he's very self-centered and only cares about himself. That's my only issue with the decision that he made.
Nah, that's facts right there. I didn't think about it fully from that perspective. But the viewpoint I have on it is, I don't think there's any doubt that he's gonna have success, and LSU is gonna become a prominent football team again in college football. I think the biggest thing is, how long is it gonna take? There's gonna be 1 or 2 years of like, all right, we're getting a bowl game, but we're like 4th, 5th in SEC every year. And then after that, it takes off, or is he going to be able to like turn the program around within a year or 2 and have it going instantly?
No, he has a chance, but like he has to win though, because every guy, with the exception of Brian Kelly, every guy that comes in there and takes that role, they've won, from Ed Ogeron to Nick Saban all the way back in the day. And the crazy part is, quiet as kept, when Nick Saban stepped down from Alabama, he tried to go take that job. Alabama said, we don't want to fuck with you. Like, he's always just tried to one up. And I guess LSU is the closest he's going to get to that level. But more power to him. He got it, but now you got to go do something, because you have the facilities. You have the money. You got the recruiting power. So let's go see if you're gonna do all this, go make it count.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he was like offered 7 years, 100 million, and then he just does like what, like 15, 25 million in NIL.
Yeah.
And I will say this though, and there's gonna be big pressure on him. He has to, and I mean he absolutely has to go literally. And I'm not even saying the top 12 playoffs. I'm talking about he has to be damn near Final Four within this year.
No, he got to go win a national championship because that's why they brought him there. They could have did the other shit with Brian Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Like you go get Lane Kiffin and you pay him them dollars not to make the playoffs, not to make the Final Four, but your job is to overtake Alabama and any other team in the SEC. Your job is to put LSU on the map and put them back in the national championship light. If he don't do that, then none of this it doesn't matter. He has to go do
He's
that.
he's at a university that you don't leave unless you're fired or retiring. Like
Yeah.
it's one of those. So like he should just settle down, build a dynasty.
But shit, I ain't mad at him though. Shit, they threw that bag at him, and he said, "I can catch too. I ain't just got these receivers."
I
I,
was,
I,
but like I
I'm
said
saying
though,
7 years, 100 million. I leave.
I,
Tim winning where?
yeah, I tell them kids at Ole Miss, I'm sorry. Shit, I'm
it
shit.
ain't gonna lie. It was funny how he left too because he literally left. Not even. It's funny though because he literally left the night of that Saturday.
That was that Saturday morning. It was that morning because like there was fans there like waiting, like taking videos of him and booing the man as he was getting on the
But I
plane
ain't
to
gonna lie.
LSU.
I ain't gonna lie though. Now I say the dumbest decision he probably could have did, and I'm not even gonna say dumb, but it's a risky situation. Was bring his offensive coordinator with him. That can go one or two ways right now.
I mean, that's dumb. That's they
That's
literally
smart.
built. Yeah,
I,
they're ranked for a reason. Like they're about to be in the
I get it
playoffs
though.
because of
I
that
get it
system.
though. But see, that's the thing though. But my fear is if they're gonna try to use Ole Miss type of offensive schemes to LSU, and that shit won't match.
I
That
don't
shit
know
won't.
why it wouldn't.
You
You
get
gotta think,
players that fit
Chris.
your scheme.
You
Huh?
with you can since he has like so much money in NIL now, he can literally go get anybody that fits his scheme. He doesn't have to worry
I
about that no
mean,
more.
They can pull an OSU, bro, and just go for that first year at least. Go pay a bunch of people in the portal that fits his scheme that he wants, and then just start recruiting people from then, and still using the
Literally.
transfer portal until you get your recruitment built up.
I guess, but I'll say this. I'll be lying if I say it won't be no risk to that. I'll be lying if I say that. Cause
I mean,
yeah,
I
it
get what
was
you're saying, but
worth
like at the end of the day, what the fuck else is he supposed to do? Like build an offense from scratch? Like that's even worse. Like no, you're gonna run what you know. You're just gonna make sure to get the pieces. You know what offense you're running, and so at LSU, you have the resources to go get the pieces that you need. He's not worried about that.
And then if you've also watched like LSU like year in year out, LSU always has like some sort of a team that can compete.
Yeah,
Like you saw with Brian Kelly, like his team was competing. They wasn't the best, but they was still able to compete.
I mean, it's not like he's gonna be asking them to do a whole lot of crazy different stuff. It's not like he's gonna be like, "Hey, we're going under center every play now." Like at the end of the day, you got some of the best athletes. You're gonna be able to get a scheme together for them. Like he may not have to use the transfer portal as much as what we initially think.
no, that's why he did it so early too, because signing day is coming up, so he needed to be able to recruit for LSU while not still being affiliated with Ole Miss.
Well, and also since he can't coach Ole Miss throughout playoffs, it's he may as well go ahead and get started doing LSU stuff.
Shit, I got mixed emotions about that because part of me
Not a
understands
fan
why
of it.
Ole Miss was like, "Yeah, we need to let you go," because you go into a rival, and it just gives him a competitive advantage of like recruiting. But at the same time, shit, Ole Miss ain't been worth shit since '60. So like,
you said when?
Ole Miss hasn't won a national championship since like 1960, 1961.
Oh yeah, oh hell yes. If
And
he
they're
even
just they're giving up on their
And
one chance they've had in a minute to have a
yeah,
potential
shit, let that man
run.
finish
Like
that job.
but I
you
will
never
say
know
this
what's
though.
gonna happen in
I
playoffs.
can understand though too. It's because one, like bro, you literally just accepted it. Cause like that, it's like that bittersweet thing. It's almost equivalent to like, hey, I just broke up with you, but like, let's still be friends type shit. It's like,
Hey man, listen, bro. Ole Miss ain't won a championship since Martin Luther King had a dream in his bitch. So Martin Luther King was still asleep when they won that bitch. He hadn't even had the dream yet. So shit, they should have let that man finish that hoe. Get something out the deal. Shit, he already left. Shit, I'm leaving here with something.
I will say that too because one, you already paid the man for the country. You might as well get your money's worth.
Yeah. Let's go. Stars won 3-0.
Hey, yo.
Shut out.
I ain't gonna lie. I would say this though. We did, man. But I say this though. Now, this is gonna be another off-topic thing, but since we is talking about college, how do y'all feel about this Indiana Ohio State game this week?
That's gonna be a great game.
I'm ready for it. That's a like potential national championship matchup right there.
It could be. It could be. I'll say this though. If it does if it does come through to a national championship, I would say this: Indiana will probably be that first team that actually be proven that like, hey, they deserve to be there. That's a non-SEC or Big Ten school.
Okay, if you talk
That's the
about it from
only
that
reason. That's
standpoint,
what I
yeah.
want to see. Because like not, it's no disrespect to them. Because Indiana, like you can say they ain't playing nobody, but the people they played, they ain't just beating them. They whooping the dog shit out them people. They doing what they should do. I'm just
That's-
interested to see what it looks like when they go against like real competition. That's all I want to see.
I mean,
I think they legit too though.
they almost beat OSU last year.
Yeah, and so I think they
Like,
good. I think yeah, this is gonna be a good like scale for them, and I think it's very fortunate for them to have a game like this before the playoffs.
oh yeah,
oh yeah.
because it's gonna be that wake up call. It's gonna be like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
this is what we got to do. Oh
yeah.
yeah,
You rather do that now than get to the Final Four, and now you playing Ohio State for the first time.
Oh no, the
Like,
way the bracket's set up right now, the only way Ohio State and Indiana would play each other would be in the championship.
Yeah, because I think they'll all get a bye. But the thing is that one of them might knock each other out of the top four, depending on how shit shakes this weekend.
Dude, that's the
no,
only thing I don't like is why the championship, conference championship impacts playoffs, dude. Like,
What are
I'm
you
not a fan of
telling,
that.
bro? As a Bama
Yeah, because
fan, bro,
if y'all lose, y'all are out of playoffs.
we already beat Georgia ass, but if we lose this game, we're not making the playoff. And I get
Uh-uh.
why. You can't have a 3-loss team that didn't win their conference in the playoffs. I get that. But it's like, damn, bro, how many ranked teams did we beat? It's some teams in there that ain't played nobody that's gonna get in there.
Like Texas
Yeah,
might
how the
make
fuck
it if
for
Bama
how the
loses.
fuck Duke in the goddamn conference
yeah,
championship
that's
game?
that's wild too.
Yeah, bro. Hey, you know, UNT, Tulane, they still have a chance to make playoffs.
What the fuck? They got Coach K coaching football now. What the fuck Duke doing playing football, bro?
I
Bro,
like
That's
some
crazy.
Duke people, but what the fuck do they know about
I'm
football?
not gonna lie though, I might be
Hell
taking
no.
Ohio State here just because just how they've been playing. Might have to go with
I ain't gonna lie.
Ohio State.
Ohio State gonna be
I don't
that
know who
team
you
this
thought.
year.
I don't know
Y'all
who you
think
think this is,
A&M
but
got a
I'm actually
shot?
going with the Hosers. Give me Indiana.
Y'all think A&M got a shot to win the Natty though?
oh yeah, dude. Honestly, so my honest opinion about the Texas A&M game, I think that was a good thing A&M lost.
I say yes.
I think the
Because
same.
I
I
say
was
that
yes.
just
pressure
I
to
was
have
just
a
about to get in
fully
that topic.
undefeated season is like it's too much. And then they go through playoffs. So like, and that's honestly the biggest game they played in all year. Like that was the fight for Texas. So like they got a little kind of environment similar, the closest environment they're gonna be able to get to a championship natty like environment. So I think it was good because it gave them experience and it also kind of like woke them up, kind of maybe like helped them hit the reset button and just kind of get back into it. Because watching
Yeah.
that game, some of the
Definitely.
stuff I was like, this D line is not dominating like it typically does. They're missing tackles. Like it was it was
It
odd. They
definitely
played like how you normally expect Texas to play right now.
Kind of like what we was just saying about Indiana. Like it's best to get tested before you get into the tournament. I think that was their wake up call. Like we not invincible around this bitch. Like You got some shit you got to work on, and you got to be ready for it. So it's gonna make it interesting. I think they got a chance too. If I had a favorite to pick, it would be probably like Indiana. Even though I'm a Bama fan, I'm just a realist with this shit. I think Indiana has a good chance of winning the Natty. I just got to see how they look against Ohio. I think whoever wins that game probably ends up winning the whole thing.
Right now, the way the bracket's set up, A&M and Indiana would play each other eventually.
Oh,
And if that stayed the same, I would think whoever won that game wins the Natty. I think both of those two teams could take down OSU.
I mean, I
Honestly, I
think if
think
we're going out of Indiana and A&M, I'm going Indiana.
yeah, I think Indiana get that.
no, let me look at the college football playoff.
I'm not even gonna lie to you though, Archman. You must have watched the podcast because you know how we was talking about him in episode 2. That man ball.
Man,
That man actually. I don't know what happened to that man, but probably his best collegiate game that I've seen as a starter.
I told
He's
y'all,
really
bro.
settling in.
Like he one of them people. Like he wasn't living up to expectations, but he also needed time. Like he's seeing all of this shit for the first time. So like this year was a learning experience, and you see at the end he's coming on. Just wait till next year, because this year is like a building block. Next year you're gonna see no, Chris, because I said this shit 2 weeks ago. Go pull the tape.
I mean, okay, you did, but I ain't gonna lie. We ain't gonna sit act like y'all wasn't clowning me when I tried to give my nigga Archie some flowers.
No, because you were acting like the shit wasn't happening, and that's not what I was saying. I was like, he's not living up to expectations. They tried to make him the Heisman and all of this shit. He wasn't doing that. Like he was playing bad, but I also said you got to give him time. I said he will be better next year than he is this year, and you're slowly seeing that start to happen.
He's finally playing with confidence. And let's also like speak to the like what are the chances like say Texas like somehow makes it into the playoffs. Like he at least gets one game experience of playoffs.
Yeah,
That's
and
fair.
once you're in the playoffs, all bets off. Shit, if he go
I'm
on a
telling you
run,
this
he
right
go on a
now.
run.
I'm
I
telling
mean,
you this right
if
now.
Texas from like the A&M
Mark
game
my
shows
words.
up, they could do something.
Mark my
Yeah.
words. When playoff starts, it's gonna be a different type of arch. I'm telling y'all that right now. It's gonna be a whole different. He gonna play like Eli. I promise you. I'm talking
Not
2007.
Peyton?
I'm talking about like Eli versus Brady.
So
Yup.
you're not even gonna say he's gonna be like the person you call the GOAT?
Peyton?
He's gonna play like 2007 Eli Manning against Brady.
Not even when Manning won the Super Bowl?
That's the one I'm talking about.
Talking
Yeah,
about
Peyton
Peyton
though.
Manning.
No, I'm talking about Eli Manning when he played against the Giants in the Super Bowl
But
against the
Yeah.
Patriots.
we're talking about
So
your
is Eli
goat.
Manning the GOAT?
Huh?
So is Eli the GOAT?
I ain't saying he the GOAT, but if you go back and watch the 2007 game, Super Bowl game against the Patriots.
You know what? Okay, I ain't gonna get a. I get what he's saying because
Oh yeah,
basically,
same.
he basically said like Eli kind of just went on a run. He barely snuck in that bitch, but he just went on a run. But we giving you a hard time because out of the two brothers you could have picked, you chose Eli and not Peyton, and Peyton is your goat.
And the reason why I say that is the reason why I say that is because one, you gotta look at it. Eli back in 2007, and this is before I did, and this is how I know because even though I wasn't a big football fan at that time, I was still keeping tabs on it. He wasn't that good. He from the first
Eli,
earlier in the season, he was kind of trash. I seen it.
yeah, he was. Yeah, that's
So
why I get what you're saying.
it's gonna be basically another Eli Manning. Because back then, because 2007, Peyton Manning was on definitely a different run. You would have thought Tom Peyton Manning was low key the best.
We'll see though about Arch. Like if you're talking about if he makes playoffs, he's just gonna unlock a whole nother level. I don't think that's necessarily gonna happen. But just watching that last game against A&M, you could tell he was just kind of playing. He wasn't like thinking too much, trying to do too much. He was just playing. All right,
Yeah,
and
no,
that's a really
especially
good
like
sign.
But that's the thing though, he has to because one, like I said before, this is playoffs, so this is like make or break. So
Playoffs.
all that jittery stuff that he had, that's got to go out the tape. That's got to go out the window. So now we got to see the best. We got to see the best game from Arch. And
Right. Yeah.
And so one, if you could do this to Texas A&M, it's like the number 3 team in the playoff, you gotta go. Which I feel like he will, but he has to go off.
That's if
I'm also
Sark
thinking
doesn't
that
like
game.
throw away the game with his terrible play calling at times.
Facts.
I mean, yeah, but I will
I
say this.
think that I take that game with a grain of salt though a little bit because A&M I have not seen like there's too many plays where it just looked like they weren't putting forth the effort or
They
like
went.
just kind of doing like playing as hard as they normally do. So I kind of give it a little bit of grain of salt, but that's not any given Saturday, Sunday thing. Like you show up for a game, you better play.
I mean, the thing with like Texas A&M, you pull on the UT and A&M tape, you want to replicate what UT's defense did against Texas A&M because that entire game, that defense took away their soul. It pretty much like made them want to be out of there as soon as possible. They did not want to be there.
Oh yeah, they were laying this hit stick out there.
Ain't gonna lie, they didn't. And so I ain't gonna lie. I also, which I'm low key, am happy, because I low key do have a Archie Manning jersey.
You got an
So
Arch Manning jersey?
yeah, you ain't see it yet.
You finally got it.
No.
Hold on, I'm just gonna show y'all real quick.
I remember
It's
you
not,
said you didn't want it at the beginning of the year.
this is I'll say this is his freshman year jersey.
It's a Texas jersey? Well, obviously it's a Texas jersey.
I mean, he's still gonna be number 16 regardless, whatever year.
Shit.
Oh, that's like when they were still in the Big 12.
Yeah, this is his freshman year.
That's tough.
Freshman
That's
so so that's
Are
how
you
y'all.
really praying on his success?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You bet on that.
That man, Chris is hoping that the Colts are gonna have the number 1 pick whenever he's in the draft.
Chris already called him the GOAT already.
I ain't gonna lie. If the coach got Archie Manning, boy,
That's what y'all said when y'all got Andrew Luck and what happened.
But fuck.
I mean, Andrew Luck was that dude, but I mean, just couldn't give him that man an O line.
He's already
If Andrew O-line we got right now, boy, I swear to God, not gonna probably get on me, but I'll put him in the same category, bro, as Aaron Rodgers right now.
Yeah, he was on that trajectory.
Yeah, Colts probably would have won a Super Bowl already if they had Andrew Luck still.
If it wasn't for no deflated footballs, I might have made it to the bowl. But
And Alex Pierce, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman Jr. Oh my God. Andrew Luck. What the old? Oh,
y'all don't have some of y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all got Indiana Jones.
you know, and I still
Wow,
get.
they got Lieutenant Dan over there with one leg. That's who they
Hey,
got.
Lieutenant Dan.
I'm also gonna go ahead and say we are at time, and I don't know what my internet is doing, so that is a good time to wrap it up before Spectrum Internet just crashes out on me. So
I'll say this one last thing before I dip, though. I'll say this one last thing real quick before I dip. You know, even though I still have my doubts on the Colts, I still got faith that they is gonna go good in the playoffs. But I was
Hear that shit.
coaches.
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
We'll see in 2 weeks when we play y'all again for the final time.
It's actually in like 4 weeks, but you know who's counting.
So, never mind.
All I know is if we win next time, you better give me my damn jersey.
You never
I
told me
was
what
about to say,
jersey you want.
y'all still got that bet right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm off the hook because at the very least we gonna split.
Yeah.
but y'all, that is it.
Because that game's in Houston, too.
Mark my words, though. That's all
All
I'm
right, Chef.
Oh, we might be cooked.
Captain Chef.
We might be cooked, boys. So with that, that's it for us, guys. Catch y'all next week.
Y'all.